Well, all right, and welcome to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And this is a little video that I literally just thought of a little earlier today. Just a little earlier, I was finishing my stream that I did over on the Sense Sphere, talking briefly about, I guess, just about the situation about the new companion and the fact that we still had no, I guess, official announcement, official word, the fact that they want to it would seem kind of just not dwell on it, not mention it at all, keep it on the down low, keep it hush hush. And yeah, I don't think that's a particularly great thing. It's not a great thing at all, really, both for Millie and for the new companion for various reasons, but just to name a few. The fact that it brings unnecessary speculation and gossip of a young actress, in Millie, and I bet she doesn't really want this kind of hanging over her head as she's about to debut in a brand new season. And that's the thing. It's when we eventually get these episodes in May, and when we watch them, it's going to be like, can we even really enjoy them? Because yes, companions have done one season of the show in the past. We've seen Martha do one season, Donna do one season, Bill Potts did one season. But the point I made was, how long before they were announced to be in the show did they quickly announce that they'd be leaving the show? Again, I was very young at the time, so I can't quite know. But when did they announce that departure of Martha wouldn't be coming back for the second season? Well, she did come back for the second season for a couple of episodes, but how long did we know that she wouldn't be a main companion of the series for the next season? And the same with Donna. When did we find out that Donna wouldn't be coming back at series five? Obviously, that was for different reasons. It was David's last season, but that's again just something to keep in mind. But again, just going back to the point of like why this, because it's not a good look on Millie, because it's like when we watch, like I said, like I was saying, when we're watching this new season, while I'm watching it, I'm just going to think, well, you're going to be gone soon, and it's not really fair now because then we can't concentrate, we can't really focus on the actual acting. Well, we can, but it's a cloud hanging over its head. It's like we know full well now that she's gone in whatever capacity. She's got a new companion in Varada Sethu, and it's like when we watch season one. I can say series one. I'm still going to keep calling it series four, series 14. Really, they did it with Matt Smith's first season. They tried to call it season one, and it seems like the fandom doesn't particularly like that either. It seems like everyone's still insistent on calling it series 14. But it's like when we watch it, it's still going to be that cloud hanging over that. Yeah, we know you're going to be gone soon. And again, it's not fair on the new companion as well, because it should be a big announcement for her. It's big for her career as well. Doctor Who's massive. To have something like Doctor Who on your CV is it's pretty big, and it's like we've seen it now. We've seen the leaks. We've literally seen the foot. We know for a fact that she's going to be in the show. That is confirmed. Well, it's not confirmed, but we know 100% that she's going to be on it because of the pictures, very clear pictures, multiple pictures and videos depicting her in her outfit on set in what looks to be a 1950s Miami location. Well, it is a Miami. Well, unless it's some sort of riff copy of Miami in the future. A bit like how they copied a hotel in Gob Complex, but I can't imagine that. They're dressed up in the right outfits. It's definitely going to be Miami, I think, by the looks of it. But it's again, it's not a great look on the new companion because it's like we know she's going to be in it, but they haven't confirmed it, and it's not a good look on her because she doesn't get the big grand announcement entrance that she ought to have had. And Millie's like I said earlier, we're going to be watching the new season, with this over Millie's head. She's going to be gone soon, gone before we even really get a chance to get invested in that character. Because I'm sure it would have been far better to watch her in that season than maybe announce it. And this kind of ties into my point about the video of, or the title of this video, which is did the delay of the new season of Doctor Who affect the Millie Gibson departure rumor debacle? And again, having a little bit to think about it earlier today, I think it did because we've recently kind of heard directly from the horse's mouth, and this is official, I tried to see if I could get an article of it up on screen, but I can't seem to find any. Um, nothing that popped out straight away anyway. But it's in Doctor Who magazine in the writer's notes, and Russell said that they initially tried to have it so following the Church on Ruby Road that we would have pretty much a full season, had the season in January instead of what would end up being May. So we would have already seen it. Whether it was well, probably not. 'Cause it was 8 weeks. If it's eight episodes, it's 8 weeks possibly. So, but we would probably be halfway through it, or we'd be a good couple of episodes into it already. So we would have already have been watching it by now. But he later goes on to say in the article, and if I just get my copy here actually to read it for you, I'm going to just quickly open the pages and find out directly the exact quote of what he said in this particular article. Here it is here. So he basically says, in an ideal world, we would have followed the Church on Ruby Road with a full series of Shooty and Millie in January. And believe me, we tried. Way back in 2022, we juggled schedules and budgets and capacity, but nope, we'd have ended up spending on the rush rather than on the program itself. And he basically talks about, he later goes on to talk about the FX and how hard and long that it is to make, apparently. Um, So we could have the ideal for them, back in 2022, that they were initially aiming for a January, air time. That was the target that they were aiming for, January initially. But for whatever reason, it just wouldn't have been possible. They would have been rushing it. And to be fair, that's good news in a way because take your time with it. Don't rush it just to get it out there straight away. It's fine. Take your time. But the question remains then is that if we had got the new season in January, if let's say, you know, we don't, if it did air in January, we'd already be probably halfway through it by now, maybe two, possibly three episodes to go, depending on when they aired it. Series, let's say in 2 weeks' time, the season probably would have been over. It's 4 weeks in January. Yeah, I'll probably actually no, two, yeah, because if it's 4 weeks in January, well, February is a shorter month, but perhaps after February, you know, series one, the new series would have been done, and it's like that first season with Millie and Shooty, their first debut season together. The new season with the new Doctor would have been done, and then if they had announced, or if the rumors had then come out of that she was leaving the show, I think it probably would have been different because the whole kind of hurrah about it now is it's like she's practically again not officially confirmed, but she's left. Whether she's again a lot of people talking about whether she's been written out, whether she's decided to leave. Maybe it was always in the plan for her to leave at this point. Whether it was in her contract, whether she was sacked. Again, all this pointless, not pointless because there is a point to it, but all this sort of unnecessary speculation that I guess didn't need to happen, both on Millie's part and for the new companion, for the new actress for the companion. You know, if we had seen that if it did air initially as planned in January, I mean, we'd gotten that first season out the way already, you know, would there be the same kind of speculation? Would there be the same kind of, I guess, disappointment that I guess some fans have at the minute that the fact there's no clarity on it, they're kind of just sweeping under the brush, you know? Because at least at that point, if people were discussing, oh, has Millie left? At that point, she would have already had her first season, so it'd be a little bit more, understandable. But to have it all come out now, which I'm sure the guys over at Bad Wolf, and I'm sure they didn't really want this to come out, but then they must have known about it. To be fair, surely, if you've got set pictures and you're going to be filming with the new companion, and people are going to see it, and that's the nature of the business these days. It's social media and phones. It's very hard to keep things under wraps. They know full well that people are going to turn up and see the new companion. So it's again, and that's another question: how did they not see this coming? Surely it's not great on their part. They know it's there. We know it. They know it, but they won't admit they know it. That's effectively the thing. It's pretty much the down low on it. And I just think if we had had that first season already, right? I mean, already watched it, or we'd be, or I think by this point we'd be close to finishing it. Maybe we'd have 2, 3 episodes left, etc. Again, that would be different. But it's the fact that all this came out after a first episode, and again, like I said earlier, it's that cloud that hangs over the first season. It's we can't watch it the same way that we would have watched it. We would have watched it, and had the new Doctor, the new companion, and that'd be that. But now we're gonna watch it, and it's gonna be different now because now we know that she's going, and it has that different feel to it. Whereas I think, because of the delay, because it's now gonna be in May, and because we know that they're now filming, in quick succession, I think it would have been a lot. I think it would have gone down a lot better if we had seen that first season already, and then the news broke out. Because I feel like the energy would be different. It'd be a different scenario. It'd be less. I guess people would be angsty about it. I just think it would have been better off. It's just in general having that first season come out, seeing it, analyzing it, reviewing it, what have you, and then maybe the news come out. I think people would take it a lot better rather than and then maybe they could do a big announcement, and then because just for pointers, I got the latest issue of Doctor Who magazine. And again, they've not confirmed it. They've not even addressed it. Absolutely nothing. No pipsqueak of anything. No, no, they've not even had a peep out of it. No news, nothing at all. And again, I don't think that's a particularly great thing to do, just because it's not going to go away, especially in Doctor Who fandom. Nothing this big is just going to go away just because you don't talk about it. It's not how it works. They could have dedicated, or maybe not dedicated because it's the 600th issue of the magazine, but they could have dedicated something, like they did Gallifrey Guardian, or like a bit like how whenever they announce a new, the Blu-ray collection set, whenever they announce a new one in the next issue of the magazine, they always talk about it. Well, they could have did that for the new companion. They could have put out a tweet introducing her, a bit like they did with Yasmin Finney, saying Yasmin Finney's going to be in the 60th anniversary, and put up a picture of her modeling, or just at a photo shoot, and they could have did that. They could have had a big announcement for the companion, probably by this point. And again, maybe people would still say, oh, that's a bit quick. Is Shooty and Millie not going to stick around? You think back to the 11th Doctor and Amy. They had a good 2.5 seasons together. Series 5, Series 6, and then 5 episodes into Series 7. That was a good long run. It doesn't have to be that long. But I think I think with the whole rebrand and the whole sort of rebuilding of the show kind of thing, making it bigger, making it more of a global, more accessible to a global audience. I kind of got the impression that this was going to be a long project, for both cast and crew, I guess. But I was expecting, you know, we get the tradition of a three and out season Doctor kind of thing, do 3 seasons and then they're out. But I don't know. I never really expected it to for her to be gone already, potentially after the first. I mean, I know she's going to be the next one for a couple of episodes, which again, even in then in of itself is strange because not often. I mean, maybe apart from Classic Who, we'll have seen companions leave halfway through a season. So yes, I guess it's nothing new. But Classic Who and New Who are quite different shows these days, and I guess they always have been. They've always been different, but it's been a long time since you've announced a departure, or no, not announced a departure, but like actually, if she does end up leaving, if the final episode is on of the third episode of series 2, then that's pretty unusual territory for New Who to be in. To get rid of a companion, to write a companion, or for a companion to lead the show 3 episodes into a new season. Again, I suppose Series 7 did do it, actually, now that I think of it, with um, with Amy and Rory leaving, and then they kind of shifted the rest of Series 7 um, with Clara. But that, again, that was because they split Series 7 across 2012 and 2013. So it almost felt like there were two, like, it always felt like the first 5 episodes of Series 7 were like a mini series, and then Series 7 really kicked in with um, Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman as the Doctor and the Doctor and Clara. But yeah, I guess it just I just yeah, to nail down the point of the video is I think it would have been better if they were able to reach that January target. Again, I know it's all if, coulda, woulda, shoulda, if this happened, then, it's all guesswork. And ultimately, I guess it's pointless because it never really happened, did it? But I just think, if it had originally aired in January, like they were aiming for, and if they were successful in doing that, would this have changed anything? I think it would have, because I think there'd be less pressure, less tension. I think it'd take people by surprise less because we'd have already seen the majority of, again, of the season. I think depending on what day it'd still be on now, I think we would probably be on around series six, episode 6, I think. But in less than probably 2 or 3 weeks time, the first season would have been over. You know, I just think that would have helped it. I think that would have kind of prevented, you know, all I guess the controversy about it, if you can even say controversy. I think it's just, like I said before, unnecessary gossip. It was unneeded. None of this needed to happen. It leaked. They didn't want it to leak. Probably, I'd imagine. It's not something they want hanging over them, because it is hanging over them. It's hanging around fandom at the minute. There's no clarification on it. They're just acting like nothing's happened, and it's again, it's not good. It's not the sort of, they say no, but publicity is bad publicity. But I mean, if anyone's talking about you, you want it to be for the good reasons, though. Good things. You want people. If people are going to talk about it, you want it to be for good things. No one really wants to criticize. I don't. No one wants to criticize, really. We don't go looking for it. I certainly don't go looking for it. I'm only discussing this because it's some of a spar of the moment thing that I was thinking about today. I haven't really put any serious investigation to this. I just, off the top of my head, I think it would have been better on both Millie and Varada Sethu, the new companion, if we'd already be halfway, if not close to the end of series one by now. If it already have aired, you know, by this point, you know, series one would be very close to ending, and we'd be waiting patiently for series two. You know, I just think it'll be better because I think the delay, the fact that we haven't got the series now in January. The fact that we aren't watching it right now or is finished. The fact that we've got to wait for a few more months till May to see it. You know, again, I think the delay does affect it because you're getting the news now isn't as great as if we had got it after the fact, that after the season came out. And that was just, again, just my 2 cents on it. Just a spur of the moment thing. I just, yeah, it just doesn't look good. It's not, again, it's just not good news, really. I don't think it's fair on both Millie or on the new companion. But that was just my 2 cents on it. I'm gonna head off now because I'm repeating myself. I feel like. Um, do I think the new companion's gonna be good? Potentially, we'll have to wait and see. But it's, I'm gonna watch series one. I'm gonna try to enjoy it. I'll give it my review it if I can. Well, not if I can. I will definitely review it, whether it be on here or on Noel's channel, or probably on the Sense Sphere as well. Probably, but maybe all three. Why not? I might have more to say if I forget something and then say it on here. But I just, and again, watching the new series, it's going to be different because I'm going to have a different thought process about it now, knowing that Millie won't be around for long, than I would if I had have watched the first season and then we got the news that maybe she wouldn't be around. Then, because it'd be different. Again, it's that cloud that hangs over them that they don't want. But that's enough said about that. Talking about 19 minutes, I think that's enough that I can dedicate to this. It was just a spur of the moment thing, like I said. You know, whatever they got planned over there. That, again, it's all of this is kind of, I guess, the one sort of small, symptom, side effect of filming in quick succession. The fact that no gap years, but we've had no gap years before. Again, this is tied in. This leads into my question about when I started this video. You know, I was talking about the previous companions, the Martha, the Donna. There was series three came out in 2007. Series four came out in 2008. In those 2 years, did it cross over? That Martha would be leaving before or after her first episode. How long? This is the question, and it's a genuine question. It's not, it's not trying to make a point. It's a genuine question. You know, how long after Freema Agyeman was confirmed to be the new companion? How long did they say that she would be around for? And the same for Donna. When they announced Catherine Tate to be the new companion, how soon after did they say that she would be leaving? Because I think that would really help in, well, the discussion. Um, but yeah, I will watch series one, series 14. Actually, still not, and I keep calling it series one, but I don't want to. Um, I think that's just ridiculous. I hate it when they do that. I mean, there's just no need for it, really. I mean, call it series 14. Everyone knows it's series 14. It- Rebranding it's just a way to so new people can get aboard. But yeah, I'd say Doctor Who's always never had a problem. Series 5 never had a problem with new fans jumping on board. Series 5, apart from the river stuff and a few stuff like the Daleks and him mentioning to Amy, how do you not remember the Daleks? Series 5 doesn't have much connective tissue to the previous 4 seasons, and that's fine. But they still called it Series 5, and no one had a problem with it. I just think they're just doing the same thing again. But yeah, I look forward to the new companion. Again, I guess I wish I never had to say that because I shouldn't be looking forward to the new companion. This is my point. I should be looking forward to Millie, and I am looking forward to Millie because I did like her in the Christmas episode. I thought her and Shooty both had amazing chemistry, and again, it was a great TARDIS team that I was eager to see. I liked it, but what we saw at Christmas, and I went to see more. And now I know that it's probably not going to be around for much longer. But that is the way the wind blows. I've been Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Thank you for allowing me to borrow 22 minutes of your time. I'm going to head off now. Hope to see you in the next video. Subscribe, like if you wish. If you like what you see. If you don't, then don't. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you later. Stay crunchy. I'm out.